So at least 45 minutes for both of these teams to try and turn 1 point into 3. West Ham United have never beaten Arsenal in the Barclays Women's Super League. 7 consecutive defeats. But they've shown more than enough gumption so far in this game to be deserving of the current scoreline. And particularly on set pieces, if they do come into play once again, they'll definitely be asking further questions of Arsenal goalkeeper Manuela Zinsberger. At the opposite end, it's teenager Sophie Hilliard on her full West Ham United debut. No clean sheet, but there was very little she could do about Jordan Nobbs' stunning strike just 4 minutes before the break. That levelled things up. Both managers have had their say at half-time. It's up to the players out there on the field for the time being to try and put those words into action. Ruben Moy. Space for Arsenal deep in their own half. Catley goes long, looking for Fords. Shimizu lost the bearings and was rather fortunate there that Ford committed the foul. Trying to shepherd the ball out of play. Contact from behind. Simple decision for the referee, Abigail Byrne. The ironic cheers will tell you that Hilliard's free kick went straight out of play. McKay back down the line, looking for Blackstenius. Stringer. Nice touch. Ball over the top. Looking for Kivag. Presses Catley. McCabe intercepts. Stringer can't control. Arsenal back in possession. It's not totally been convincing, it has to be said, by Steph Catley in that Arsenal back line. She's a full-back by trade, but of course the injuries to Williamson and Raffaelli, who Jonas Eidevall has confirmed is going to be out without both his first-choice centre-halves for a number of weeks still, at least. Shimizu. Fisk invites the pressure, does well. Shimizu looking to pick out a teammate. West Ham give the ball away. Volti. Space for Moritz. Blackstenius loses a footing, hits the deck. West Ham United throw. Kate Longhurst making her 108th Women's Super League appearance. League winner with Liverpool back in 2014. Been a mainstay for the Hammers since they made their Women's Super League debut 5 seasons ago now. They're an established team in the top flight, but they haven't yet been able to figure out a way to beat Arsenal. And if they're going to go for the win, they're going to have to do something they haven't yet achieved so far this season in the Barclays Women's Super League. And that's score a second half goal. All 8 of the goals they've scored come in the first 45. And the referee, Abigail Byrne, just going over to Kate Longhurst and just reminding her that she's taking an awful long time with these throws. Greniers Dottier with the flick. West Ham dispossessed. Stringer battling hard, shoving the back from Smith. Free kick to Arsenal. Wubben-Moy. Goes square rather than forward. Marnan unable to control the ball. Blackstenius uses her strength. Can she get the shot off? Yes, she can. The goalkeeper scrambling forward with the follow-up. The angle was always against the Australian. But young Sophie Hilliard using all of her frame to get across goal and just have enough strength to palm the ball away from harm. Makes it tough for any form of a follow-up to be directed goalwards. And it was the side netting found by Caitlin Ford. Longhurst under pressure, dispossessed, commits the foul. And that's going to be the first booking of the evening for the West Ham number 12. Got the wrong side of Frida Marnham. As it stands in the table, West Ham moving up to 4th. But that's if they can avoid defeat. So defending at the forefront of their mind right now. Steph Catley floats in the cross. It's a great cross, and it's a simple tap home for Stina Blackstenius. A welcome goal for the Swedes in the Barclays Women's Super League. She's had to wait since opening day against Brighton here at Meadow Park. 4 games later, she's back amongst the goals. And from a defensive point of view, that is far too easy. It's almost telegraphed the move. But credit to Blackstenius, kept her cool, kept her concentration, makes West Ham United pay. Arsenal 2, West Ham United 1.
The score now, Arsenal 2, West Ham 1.
Immediate response, well, a near immediate response in the second half from Arsenal, who as it stands won't be regaining top spots. They need a few more goals to go their way, but they will at the very least be keeping pace with Manchester United and continuing their 100% winning record to this Barclays Women's Super League season. And still strength in depth as we see Viviana Miedemar going through some light preparations. McCabe with the slides. I don't think that was quite the execution she was looking for. Ford. Shimizu reads that well. Asei does well to hold up play. And here comes Hayashi, takes on what would be an absolutely audacious strike from range. Scored her first goal for the club on their last away trip at Aston Villa. Stringer battling hard for West Ham. She was pulled back. You can hear the multilingual Jonas Eidevall relaying instructions there to Frida Marnum. Some form of Scandinavian, you would have to say, Swede to Norwegian. I'm sure the message got across. Cross-come shot from Kivag, comfortably saved by Zinsberger. McCabe invites the pressure, and wow! I think Taya Kivag is going to do awfully well to escape a booking. No. Blatant foul. No, you're not getting away from me, quite literally. A stern word or two, I think it's fair to be said. Shared there by Katie McCabe with the young Norwegian. Nice turn from Hayashi. Fisk with the clearance. Brynjus-Dottir trying to make things happen for West Ham, but at the moment it's all heading back towards the visitors' goal. Mead looking for Nobbs. Stringer with the interception. And the throw buys West Ham just a little bit of breathing space. As we see a shot there of the West Ham United substitutes. Only 5 of them this evening. Hawa Sissoko in the centre of that shot, currently suspended following her red card away at Aston Villa. But it has to be said, Paul Konchesky's side have more than held their own at various stages of this match. And again, those set-piece opportunities, should they come their way, could be perhaps the only way they'll find their way back into this match. Kivag, again, rather thankless task trying to lead that West Ham United line. Forwards slowed up by Shimizu. McCabe takes the ball under pressure. Catley back to Zinsberger. Wooben-Moy goes long. Smith with the header, which finds touch. So Arsenal coming from behind to lead 2-1 as we approach the hour mark. Bit of keep ball for the home sides. Inviting the West Ham press. And the triangles don't come off as Stringer wins the ball high up for West Ham. Hayashi under pressure does well. Smith one-on-one with Moritz. Gets the ball in. Just looking for Asai, who didn't know much about that. Goes out for a West Ham throw. Hiyashi. Kivak tries to find her Japanese teammates. And now it's Arsenal being forced into mistakes. Longhurst sends the ball in. Asai goes for the dummy. No one was making a gamble behind it. But it's been a good response from Paul Konchesky's side. Asai to Smith. One-on-one against Mead, but the Lioness able to shepherd the ball. Arsenal clear their lines, but will only buy themselves a moment's respite because it's a West Ham United throw. Two Arsenal players, neither of them getting the ball clear. West Ham want a corner, and the referee agrees. First corner of the second half for the visitors. Their third in the game. And once again, you would assume getting it anywhere in the vicinity of their captain, Brynjers Dottir, is the main objective. Sent in towards the goalkeeper, who stands firm. Eyes on the ball the whole way from Manuela Zinsberger. Just what you want when you're under pressure, when there's such intimidating height in the opposition attacking line, is for your goalkeeper to be positive. And this is where Arsenal came a cropper in the first half, being a little too nonchalant, playing out from the back. The defence turns into attack really quickly. Mead to Ford, back to Mead. Stringer read exactly what Mead was trying to do there. Two league goals without scoring for Beth Mead is rather uncharted territory given the sensational 2022 she's having. But Arsenal are winning, and that's the main thing that matters to the England international. Moritz, Nobbs, sees the cross deflected. Longhurst, not with the cleanest of connections with her attempted clearance. Marnham, you could see what she was trying to do there. Asai, but West Ham just can't get out. Every time they try and break forwards, it's heading straight back, and the ball across from Mead. Appeals that there was some form of a West Ham United connection on that. But gorgeous football to watch. Ford's onside. I can't see how that could be deemed a corner. Maybe this angle will offer up a more definitive answer. So for me, it should be a goal kick, but instead the referee, Abigail Byrne, has awarded Arsenal a corner. Fisk with a good header. Volti took a touch. Maybe the first time strike was a better option. But chance once again for Arsenal to come forward. Nobbs floats the ball in, looking for Ford. Fisk again does well. And here's Evans trying to lead the counter for West Ham United. She's just saying there's nothing on for me. Longhurst. Stringer. Paul Konchesky telling his players to be positive. They are still in this game. Trailing, yes, but just by Stina Blackstenius' second half goal. McCabe. Route one will do. Trying to cause some uncertainty in the West Ham back line, and it's paid off. Here's Marnham. Waits for support. Back with Marnham. Sends in the cross. Fisk. Kept her eyes on the ball the whole way. Finds touch with the clearance. Played every single minute of West Ham's Barclays Women's Super League campaign so far this season. Grace Fisk. McCabe. Volti. Once again, patience is key here for Arsenal. Forwards. Up against Shimizu, wants to take on the Japanese. The defender holds her ground, wins the goal kick. Well, it'll be a game to remember for 19-year-old Sophie Hilliard, a full West Ham United debut. She's impressed at various stages of the match, but the main disappointment at the moment will be that her side are trailing by 2-1, with Arsenal coming from behind. Brynje's Dottier, her tap in after 35 minutes, an equaliser from Jordan Nobbs in the 42nd minute. And Stina Blackstenius tapping home from the free kick in the 53rd minute to give Arsenal the lead for the first time in the match and keep them on track for 5 wins from 5 Barclays Women's Super League fixtures. As it stands, they'll move up to second in the table. Goal difference separating themselves and Manchester United. Asay can't make it stick for West Ham. Has a slice of luck though, and it is a Hammers throw-in over that far side. Mead with the miscue. Smith's going to press Wooben Moy. Oh, look at that for a touch from Marnham. And again, lovely through ball. Blackstenius, can she create enough space to get the shot off? Nobbs, forward. Oh, she should have hit that first time, surely. It's crossed to the back post, and there is the header. Frida Marnham increases Arsenal's advantage. You could argue they've converted the most difficult of the chances that they created in that quick succession, that little phase of play. But Frida Marnham continues her sensational goal-scoring form. Blackstenius at first, she's trying to get the shot away, she's crowded out. Nobbs floats the ball to the back stick. Forwards onside, she should have hit it first time.
Goal number 3 for Arsenal.
And it's McCabe who floats in the cross. And Frida Marnham scores her third Arsenal goal in her last 3 appearances for the club. She's the lady keeping Viviana Miedemar on the bench, according to manager Jonas Eideveld. Arsenal 3, West Ham United 1. And as we tick over past the 70-minute mark, both sides look set to make changes. Appears to be a triple change coming for Arsenal.
Substitutions for Arsenal.
Stina Blackstenius has her goal, her second Barclays Women's Super League goal of the season. Welcome relief for the Swede. She's replaced by Viviana Miedemar. What a change that is. The Barclays Women's Super League record goal scorer, 76 and counting. Caitlin Ford.
It is Vivian Miedemar who's coming
Maybe her chance to get amongst the goals was just a moment ago in that build-up to the Marnham strike. She's replaced by Lena Hertig.
For Caitlin Ford. And a substitution for West Ham as Claudia Walker makes her way on for Tia Kivag.
And Tia Kivag is replaced by Claudia Walker. And just confirmation there of that third and final Arsenal change, like for like. Noelle Moritz replaced by Laura Weinreuter. An immediate opportunity, is it, for the substitutes? Hertig straight into the action there. She's alert, gets the wrong side of the defenders. Good run across that back line. And you can see that stride. She eats up the turf.
The additional substitution, Laura Weinreuter, goes on for Noelle Moritz.
Wubenmoy. First touch for substitutes, Weinreuter. McCabe finds Miedemar, who's having to come deep to get involved in the play. Nobbs. Weinreuter. Arsenal again can smell blood. Ball sent into the back posts. Wow. What an immediate attacking impact has been made by Lena Hertig. 2 successive phases of play, and the Swede is showing us what she's all about. Keen eye for goal. Got her first in club colours on Thursday night at the Emirates Stadium in that 3-1 Champions League win over Zurich. Weinreuter. Marnham. Miscue. Ball's brought away by Hayashi. Smith. I do feel as though the next goal really will set the tone for how this the remainder of this match will play out. If West Ham can do something to repeat that they haven't done all season so far in the Barclays Women's Super League, and that's score a second half goal. They're yet to trouble Manuela Zinsberger in this second half. Longhurst fouled. Booze will tell you that the home fans don't agree. Jonas Eidevall was keen to point out the problems that West Ham would pose in terms of their counter-attacking, and he was more than aware of Brynje's Dottir from set-piece opportunities. And the irony in the fact that a woman who's used to scoring goals with her head had a simple tap-in from 1 yard out with her knee in the 35th minute, following more than one miscue in the Arsenal backline. So plenty for Eidevall to digest and take stock of, but the fixtures are relentless for his side. They are away at Leicester next week. They do have a break from Champions League midweek action. So a rare opportunity of 6 days preparation. Miedemar trying to find Hurtig. West Ham backline does its job. Asei working hard, but she can't halt Volti. And I think we're seeing a lot of tired West Ham legs out there. Only 5 substitutes on the visiting bench compared to the 9 of Arsenal. And they are polars apart in terms of quality, it has to be said. Volti looking for Weinreuter, and the unintentional dummy from Smith goes her way as it put off the Austrian from continuing her run. So less than quarter of an hour of the game to be played, and another West Ham change. Looks as though Mel Felis will be brought into the action. She was one of 2 changes made by manager Paul Konchesky from the win at Reading. It does look almost certain as though that winning streak will stop at 2 games for the Hammers. I think it's highly unlikely for them to come from behind and win tonight's fixture. But it is still possible to prevent an 8 consecutive Barclays Women's Super League defeat against Arsenal. But the odds are stacked against them. Time is running out. And once again, Arsenal come forward. Brynje's Dottir looking for Asei. Just too much on it. Idea was right. The striker had split the 2 Arsenal centre halves. Just needed a little less pace on the ball. Ruben Moy tried to break lines there, but it was a poor pass to a teammate, and likewise into Asei, but the French international does awfully well to even try and bring that ball under control. It was fizzed at it, and the pressure from Arsenal sees them win back possession. Score of their 3rd goal. Marnham gets by Stringer, does she? No. Those long legs do the job. But it is an Arsenal corner. Always looking for the ball, always looking to try and create. Frida Marnham. Arsenal corner. their 9th of the game. And has that gone out and come back into play? Yes, it has.
Substitution for West Ham as Mavlis comes on for Abby Lee Stringer.
So, it's role reversal. Stringer was brought into the starting lineup to replace Melanie Felis, and that's the change made by Paul Konchesky with less than 10 minutes of normal time remaining. Walker battling hard for West Ham, wins the ball back, but it's short-lived. And Meada's away, fizzes the ball across the box. Shimizu had the shadow of Miedemar flanking her left shoulder, took no chances, finds touch, Arsenal throw. Space for Miedemar to turn and run at the West Ham defence. Vulti wants Mead to come short. Mead takes the contact from behind. Space over the left-hand side for Arsenal. And Katie McCabe. Marnham, who's everywhere for Jonas Eidevall's side. Left-hand flank, right-hand flank, down the middle. Vulti. Helped out by Marnham. Spares her blushes. Here's Miedemar. Nobbs. Shoots. It was never really going to trouble Sophie Hilliard from that range. She scored a stunner from a little bit closer, it has to be said, in the Champions League at the Emirates Stadium on Thursday night, but she's never been afraid to pull back that right boot, Jordan Nobbs. And it was her equalising goal just before half-time that got Arsenal back into this match. But second half strikes from Blackstenius and Marnham give the home side that 2-goal cushion that you see in the top left of your screen. Miedemar ghosts past Felis, who commits the foul, and she's been on the field, what, barely 2 minutes, and she's picked up West Ham United's 3rd yellow card of the evening. Mead and McCabe stood over the set piece. Mead it is. The floated delivery. Beniers Dottier. Heads clear first time of asking, and it's hooked clear by Felis. Asei does well, continues a run, and the ball finds its way to the French international. Held up though by Weinreuter. Hilliard does well under pressure, so too Hiyashi, and there was cries of handball a moment ago, and that was definitely handball. So as for West Ham, this result as it stands sees them dropping to 7th in the table. Jonas Eidevall has trips to Leicester before a huge game with the current table, where they'll be taking on fellow title contenders Manchester United here in just over 3 weeks' time. Need to get the job done against West Ham United, though. Longhurst. A necessary foul there from Marnham.
The Arsenal WFC Supporters Club player of the match
get away with just a stern talking to, as the stadium PA confirms that the Arsenal player of the match is Jordan Nobbs. Still searching for a goal and assist. Like I say, she's gone into a few games now without a direct goal involvement, but her work rate, her involvement in all the build-up play is more than deserving of being one of the undoubted bright sparks from the performance against West Ham United. But so too Frida Marnham, who tried an audacious outside of the boot scoop there, which didn't come off. Jonas Eidevall talked in his pre-match interview about having starters and finishers. Well, it's fair to say the starters have dug the hole that saw them go behind and then responded to gain that 3-1 advantage. We're yet to see any of the second half finishing substitutes play a significant role in the game. Hurtig has definitely had a few bright sparks. Miedamar's been relatively quiet, and again, this is judging her by her own impressive standards, and there is an opportunity for West Ham United to make another change. It's a 4th consecutive substitute appearance for Izzy Atkinson. She makes way. Sorry, Lisa Evans it is who will make way, the former Arsenal player. 79 appearances for the club, 9 goals, a WSL title win. And she makes way for 21-year-old Irish woman Izzy Atkinson. Miedemar has time to bring the ball down, but Atkinson snaps at her heels, dispossesses the Dutch woman, wins the free kick.
A sellout here today at LV Bet Stadium, Meadow Park. Today's official attendance is 3,988.
So the stadium announcer confirming it was a sellout of the tickets allocated for this fixture. 5,000 capacity at Meadow Park and 3,988 supporters have made their way into the stadium to see Arsenal, as it stands, register a 13th consecutive Barclays Women's Super League victory. Still time yet to get themselves over the line as Smith sends in the cross. Felix, maybe one too many turns there. Walker goes down under the contact, and the referee has decided to stop play and immediately point out that the West Ham striker needs attention. We can only assume that it was deemed by the referee to be unintentional, but it was Felix who had the opportunity to try and get the shot off. Walker, at the very least, is sitting upright. But Jordan Nobbs, we talked about starters and finishers, of course. She wasn't someone picked to start the game, but injury to club captain Kim Little saw her come into the game just after the 40-minute mark, and with her second touch of the game, she drew her side level, and that kick-started the comeback, which is almost complete. There will be a minimum of 3 added minutes here at Meadow Park for Arsenal to get over the line and ensure another 3 points. Claudia Walker seems to be okay to continue. There seems to be a little confusion as regards to how play will restart, and it does appear to be a drop ball. It's going to be uncontested. I know. Well, referee Abigail Byrne is just telling Beth Mead to take a few yards back steps. Ball sent in. Ruben Moy clears. Felice. Strike. Briniers-Dottir. Keeper can't handle it. But excellent reactions from Zinsberger. Felice with the strike. Briniers-Dottir follows it up. The Austrian can't keep hold of the initial attempt and punches away from Asseyi. Corner for West Ham, which again Briniers-Dottir wins. Felice stands the ball up. Asseyi wins the header. Atkinson trying to latch on to the knockdown. Miedemar holds things up for Arsenal. McCabe sees her effort deflected. Asseyi needs help and support. Oh, that's lovely from the French international. Too much on the cross, though. And Felice doesn't have the pace to maintain the pressure, but does stop Arsenal from gaining any further yards down that right-hand side. The minimum of 3 added minutes is up, but of course there was the treatment that Claudia Walker received.
Go again, Aaron! Get them a short one!
Fisk. First time ball from Marnham. Opportunity for Arsenal to sew this one up. Hitting, denied. Oh, and she's hit the bar! How is that not 4-1? Arsenal looking for the 3rd time this season to score 4 goals in a Barclays Women's Super League match. Hertig denied, and with the goal gaping, somehow Frida Marnham strikes the woodwork. Still not clear for West Ham. Goalkeeper swallows up the ball. Welcome relief for the visitors. Spellbinding counter-attack. Marnham, did she take too long? Forces Hertig slightly wide, and under pressure, it has to be said, she can't finish off the job, but it is job complete for Jonas Eidevallana's side. It is a Barclays Women's Super League record, a 13th consecutive victory. Jordan Nobbs with the equaliser just before half-time, moments after coming on as a substitute. And Frida Marnham, it was her header at the back post, completed the 3-1 goal scoreline. Just going through the shot there, Stina Blackstenius it was, who put Arsenal 2-1 in front before she was substituted. But it's job done. Arsenal keep pace with Manchester United. 5 wins from 5 in the Barclays Women's Super League at full time. Arsenal 3, West Ham United 1.